Good afternoon. I'm going to this mixer for businesses, small businesses, creatives, fashionistas. It's basically this mixer. It's downtown, and I know where it is, kind of. But I'm like, wasn't that a different place? Called a different place? I don't know. Downtown, so many places change, close, change names, become something else. So I'm like, okay, it looks like this was that, or it's in the same building as what that was. Okay, I digress. I think it's like 67 degrees. My app isn't working to tell me. But yeah, so let us, I have my sunscreen on. So from earlier, this is for me just waking up. Reminds me, let me turn my heat off because I was like, it's kind of warm because the heater was on. Okay, so let's put on. Yeah, because I was like, my forehead is kind of sweaty. And that'd be why. Heat. I really don't know what's going on with my... Am I running out of this primer? Okay, I am slowly running out of my primer. Slowly, so I'm like, that elf one I just returned. The other one, I probably could have kept. But I have other stuff, so. So I was telling someone that one, I need people to wear it in Phoenix. So in the summer, that will be the true test, which I have one for that, so I really said I really don't need it. And I have Danessa, the Universal Balm Powder to use as well. I replaced that one because I know I mentioned it was expiring. I did replace it. With a smaller version, y'all will see what it came with. It was over the holidays. Okay. My hands are so dry. This winter is so drying of my skin. My hands, I think my hands are partially kind of chapped. One, because it's dry. Two, because I think when I had dyed my hair, when I went over it, the places where I missed, I didn't use gloves, so that, of course, took off. Did whatever they say, use gloves for a reason. I think that did something to my skin as well. So I think, when did I dye my hair? Because, as you see, I literally just shaved it last night. So I shaved off all the blonde because I was going to dye it a different color, but because of the way, however I had shaved it, was just, it was very noticeable that it was shaved weird in the back. So anybody seeing the back of my head would be like, what's going on here? Fine, looked great, but the freaking back looked a little bad. I didn't have time to find somebody to clean it up or help me clean it up. And I was trying to clean it up last night. That did not happen. So it was like easier just to shave it. And I was going to wait to shave it tonight after this event. But I'm like, you know what? I'd feel more comfortable with this than the blonde that was growing out. And the weird lines in the back of my head. So. I need to put my cape on because wearing that dress, I had told Cash a few weeks ago. Did I mention that? I did. There's a dress I bought. And I went back and forth if I was going to wear it or a sweater dress because it was so cold this morning. I'm like, I can't be wearing it because the chest is kind of out, which is why I need to cover my chest. But then it has kind of 3/4 sleeves, and it's relatively, it's not long, but it's at least maybe shin, so 3/4 as well. Okay. So yeah, eyes are already done. Natasha Denona, the mini bronze palette. I've used this before. I do like it. I got it down. I like using it. I'm trying to use it more. So we're gonna go with the base. It's gonna be Danessa with a 9.5. I say the base because I decided to put it. This is good for no makeup, but then I wanted to put something on top of it. So, and I'm just gonna do minimal because I want minimal coverage. I'm just gonna put it in my hand because it's good for giving coverage, minimal or whatever, evening out the skin tone, what kind of thing. And it can also be built up in other coverage. Some people think not, but it can be. So, use the brush. Just kind of work it into. But yeah, it was a pretty chill day. What time did I wake up? I don't think 9:30. No, I woke up I think around 8, a little after 8. I think, yeah. And then I got up, washed my face, as usual, brushed my teeth. And then I'm using this new to me, this Clinique, the Moisture Surge, but that one has SPF in it. So instead of adding another SPF on top, which I'm sure I can, but sometimes, like, when I do know I'm going to go out or whatever, or just put sunscreen on, it takes me a while. Because I'm not a person who puts moisturizer, then sunscreen on. I like most sunscreens that are also moisturizers, like the Fenty, what have you, as well. Okay. So this is a good base. I think I could definitely stop right here. And then get my wipes. But when I say like drying or whatever, like my nose has been very drying. I have to use saline or whatever to keep my nose moist because it'd be dry. And I'm like, and other times I'm like, am I catching something? I'm like, no, my nose is just dry as hell. And then we're gonna go in with Fenty as well. The Eaze drop. And my hand is not dried out. If I use the palette I have, I probably. I'm not gonna use all that. I'm looking at that, I'm like, I'm not using all that. Yeah, that's it. Definitely, I'm not using all that. So maybe a little more coverage here. Try not to dip everywhere. Here, a little here. Just have that much left, which I'm gonna wipe off my hand, which I know is a waste. But there's a lot in there. Okay, I'm not gonna ever finish that whole thing before it expires anyway, unless I wore it every single time I went somewhere, which is possible. So basically, I'm trying to whittle down all my foundations so that if I restock, or I just have like one or two, like a tint. I want like one tint. One matte, one fancy, maybe, which could probably make them, you know, ones that can be turned into, like the Estee Lauder. I think that's one of the first ones I found my shade in. But the thing is, it's matte, and then it's also a lot in there. You can't they don't have minis. They didn't come out with minis like Fenty has a mini of their foundation. Not the glowy one, not the glowy new one, but the other one, Pro Filter. And I'm like, is that a hair? No. I was messing with the wig earlier, so I was like, if I find random hairs, I'm like, that is why. So I'm like, why is there hair in my house? Okay. Yep, okay, we're good with that. And then I do have this, so I'm gonna push in and absorb. But yeah, a matte one, a skin tint, maybe a fancy one. Because I really, and then they don't have to be the expensive, they could be drugstore, because that L'Oreal, I forgot what it's called, but the L'Oreal one I had, that is a very nice one. And that's what, $9.99, depending on where I buy it. I'm like, I'd like to buy that one again, and that one's equivalent to other fancy, expensive brand name, big brand name ones. Okay, so that much came out. Now I just washed this, so that's why I know it's the right amount of dampness. And then concealers. I don't need a bunch of concealers. I'm trying to get through all the ones I have now. Somebody's in the bathroom, upstairs or next door. That's why I always keep, even when I generally keep my bathroom door closed if I'm in my bedroom. And trying to sleep, because you can hear when they flush upstairs, sometimes in the shower, things like that. It's like, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna blend that out first, even though I literally just put it on. And then having that neighbor I used to have over there who used to play music or whatever from his phone or whatever that I could hear. It was loud enough whenever he was in the bathroom getting ready. I could hear that through to at least my kitchen, not the kitchen, dining room. So to that, yeah. And I'm like, I really don't remember having those issues in my old apartment. I'm almost like this because this is an older apartment. Maybe it's the plumbing or something. Oh, mind you, like a week ago, I mentioned my toilet, the back of my toilet was leaking. Did they show up in this last week? Nope. They've been in this building at least twice, doing other stuff. So I'm like, okay. Well, say mine's not a priority, but I'm like, okay, you know, luckily I put a cup there. I don't, and of course, I think it stopped since then. But if it picks up again, of course, as soon as I move the cup. Something about this mirrors in a different place than that's where it used to be. Okay, I do see it right there. Yeah, I do like my hair this short. It's in about a week, it'll be a little bit longer anyway, but I can see a little bit of blonde still around here. When I did shave it, I was trying to get that part of the blonde out, but it's still there, but it's fine. It does not bother me. I am not going to blend out the nose contour yet. Just have to remember to blend it out. In Rare Beauty, Selena Gomez's makeup brand, it's at Sephora. She has a liquid contour, and I'm like, and it was on the app early, where you could get early access, and I was like, I'm not buying this, because I have contour. I'm like, you saw me, I just used a Fenty contour, and I have the LYS contour. I'm like, I don't need, I don't need. And maybe if it was cheaper, if it was like $20, maybe, but it's like 28, which I know is not a big deal. But I was like, no, I'm good. The thing with her stuff, it lasts, like her soft pinch blush, and I think her highlighter or whatever, the liquid ones, they're like, they last forever. So once you have it, you really don't have to, it'll be a while for you to get through it. It looks really nice though. I was like, I figured out what shade would be good for me and everything, but I'm like, I don't need it. It's real nice. I was like, I'm behaving. Even though it may seem like I'm not behaving because I pull out new stuff in my videos, you're probably like, that you want? Like, some of this was bought a while ago. And I'm just getting to it. Because I have other stuff that I will use that I know I'm getting to that I might not use till February for Black History Month. Or if I'm trying to do a certain look or whatever. Which this month is almost over, and I really, yeah. Well, I just haven't gone out as much, so I haven't used stuff. I'll read that again. Let's do the nose contour, and then I'll blend out the edges of everything else. Okay. So let's foundation. Could use that. No, I don't need to use that. What did I do? Oh, I went to trivia. I did do a video that's up already. Went to trivia, 90s trivia, whatever. I got, I'd say 7th place all by myself. So I think when you have like a team of like, I'd say 7 people, hopefully, you know, no particular subject matter, hopefully, you know, everybody, with that many people, you're going to win. And so there's one team that was kind of next to me, whatever, they won because they had all those people. I'm like, to me, for a team of 1 to not be, you know, last, whatever, and I'm like, I know a lot of stuff. Some of the questions, I'm like, I haven't thought of that in a long time because, of course, it's obviously the 90s. Like, Desert Storm. I totally forgot it was also called the Gulf War. It was part of the Gulf War. I'm like, I don't remember the Gulf War at all. I remember the Desert Storm, Operation Desert Storm part. So I couldn't think of that when that was part of the question. I was like, what? I'm like, all I remember is writing pen pal letters to soldiers over there during that. So I was like, other stuff, yeah, I definitely remembered. There. Edges of contour. Yeah, but that liquid contour did look so nice. I'm gonna say it's not gonna show up sometime this year. I'm saying right now it's not. I think the one I would be getting is the Peaceful one. So if you're on the Sephora app and you see it's the one that's called Peaceful. Okay. So it looks like it's even. And it's brightening in the middle. Okay. And then I'm like, I need this for anything else. Okay, that's it for that one. What do we? So, Danessa Myricks Flushed. I have Prima Donna. This is Dancing Queen. I've wanted Dancing Queen, but it's not buying Dancing Queen. Because I have other ones that are similar to this shade. The Ami Collet, the multi-stick, similar to this shade. Like, how many alerts do I have? Something else. So, let's just say I came upon this. It was not being used, so I came upon this being in my stash now. So, I could use we're gonna use my fingers. So it looks like that. And just pat it off of my hand and then kind of faintish. And it dries down very fast. It's definitely a matte, like the powder, the balm, other balm powder, because it's a balm powder, but it's a flushed blush shade. I'm not trying to put too much because my lippie is a little more lippy. So I kind of want a not a neutral face, but I want the lips to pop kind of thing. But, you know, I can't go without a blush. So, like, what is it? Patrick Ta has put out new shades of his blush that I saw somebody do. And there's one, it's like a burnt terracotta. It's really nice. And so that one is definitely a more neutral or non-out there kind of blush. One of the people do I follow her? I'm not sure if I even follow her. I think I just always watch her videos. I want to say her name's Tiana. But she put it on. I was like, oh my god, that is so pretty. Again, I'm definitely not burning that one anytime soon. But Patrick Ta is a little more expensive. I bought one of his glosses once, and then it wasn't a gloss, it was like cream, whatever. And the way it swatched, it didn't swatch that way on my lips. So I was like, yeah, I never returned that. And I'm like, the cheaper versions of this. I'm going to do a video and say in the comments if you would like that video of alternatives to expensive brands. Here's another one that's similar to this formula that you can use instead. Because there was something I'm like, I definitely know the cheaper version of. Because yeah. That's generally, I have the brand names or expensive ones, but I also have drugstore stuff. I will wear both. See, it's definitely a little more, in person it's a little more subtle. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, I like it like this. And we know I usually go a little bit more with the blush. Okay, so let's set things. Oh, they had the nerve to put on a new edition story. Knowing I'm going out. It's just 3 parts, so there's no way I'm not gonna, it's gonna, you know, start over unless they keep showing the same episode over and over again. You know how much and this is, of course, BET. I'm like, y'all couldn't wait till February. And like, they better show it a lot because, sorry, they were showing the Bodyguard a lot. I'm like, why is y'all keep showing the Bodyguard? I'm like, is it the anniversary of her death? Because I'm like, I don't understand. I like the Bodyguard, but they were showing it a lot. I'm trying to think when the Grammys are. No, the Grammys are in February. So the anniversary of her death would be around the Grammys. I'm still using the other end as my powder. So really, yeah, I might, anytime I use this, I'm definitely not gonna use the other brush that I love, but this is definitely doing the job. You have a pimple right now? It wasn't there before. Sometimes when you put things on, the combination kind of can do interactions. And then sometimes my face just freaks out in general. Plus, I need to wash these brushes. I'm trying to think when I started using them. So I'd say book club. So was it before book club? No. So it's been a week. Usually I wash my brushes once a week. Like I said, I haven't been going anywhere, so I'm like, I don't need to keep cleaning them, so that's why I haven't. But definitely, it is time. Did I blend this right there? I'll have to wash back with the foundation brush. I don't remember. And then nose contour. And there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I think I mentioned that, but like a lot. Next week is like, oh, a couple of things, but I'm like, why is there so much going on this weekend? Like, I'm not just saying like black events or black related events, but there's like a lot all over town. Like, of course, I'm like, I can't go to all these things. You know, you gotta have a little extra money. I'm like, I can't afford to go to all these things. Like next week, there's a ballet that I would want to go to, but I'm like, it's $70. Or the cheaper seats, I'm like, you can't really see the cheaper seats, or it's like 35 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, it's. I haven't been to ballet. Have I been? Oh, Nutcracker. So I was like, when's the last time I've been to a ballet? And then I know there's some performance or whatever going on tonight I could have went to that was complimentary tickets, so you don't have to pay anything. But I'm like, I had this mixer I was gonna go to. Everything's around the same time too. Did not set the rest of my face. I was like, no. And I know I can set it with that and not. I'm gonna just do a little because getting this powder back in here. It's been a while, so I don't know how much is left on here, so that's why I'm like. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Like they're still kind of wet, but we're gonna go in with this because it was overcast. Like I was like, is it gonna rain? I don't know if it's gonna rain. So a little bit that's left in here. Yeah, I don't need this anymore because it's definitely dry right there. Let's. And I want to say I don't need powder at all. I'm gonna put a very little. And it's like 20 minutes for me to get to where I need to go. I don't necessarily need to be the first one there. Let's do going with this one. I want to say it's russet. I'm going to say that because my eyes, I can't see it, even though it's not that dark for me to. Just a little under eye there. But I did pat it off, so looking like it didn't. Okay. I gotta put this down. Okay. And then now it's good. So I was gonna do a little whatever was left on here of the transition color. Okay, so yeah, that is done. Let's put that away. And then let us, my eyebrows, I've noticed the edge of my eyebrows. It's nice, take a nap. They stay mostly, but sometimes just a little bit. They need a little pick me up. So that's the tail. Plus, also doing all the makeup I do around it doesn't help. Okay. It's on its way. It's not, but it's on its way. And I have another one. I realized that yesterday. When I say on its way, it's on its way to being expired because the smell is starting to turn. But yeah, I was like, because I was going to Target last night, and I was like, I forgot to check mascara if I had mascara. Of course, I have mascara. But I have so many ones that I bought. I want to say 2 Christmases ago that probably aren't any good anymore. I'm not sure. So that's why I was like, do I need another one? And then I remembered when Lancôme went on sale, it was $15. I had bought another one that's waterproof, so I don't need another one. Okay, so lips. The lip bar. So the popular shade is Boss Lady, BAWSE. I tried that when during the first year of COVID or the pandemic. It's a liquid lipstick, so it should be matte, and it would transfer on the mask. It wouldn't be like obvious in the mask, but after wearing a mask, you would see bits of the lipstick other places on your face. So I tried it more than once. I tried it twice, meaning buying and using it again, and yeah, I was like, okay. And then they had the one, it's a pinker one. I forgot what it's called. Why can't I remember what it's called? And I liked that one. That one was definitely more transfer proof. And then there's one Muse. I have Muse. And they came out with this one. And they don't say transfer proof anymore. They say long wearing. So it's a long wearing liquid lipstick. And this one is in the shade. Let's see if it's upside down. Good Karma. I don't know if you can see that. So it's Good Karma. And the shade is like so pretty. So in my lipstick consultant was like, yeah, that looks good. And they looked at every model that they had. So I wanted to give it a try. So I'm like, okay. That's definitely gonna be one that would go in my teeth, so that's why I was looking. But yeah. So this is Good Karma. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, Good Karma looks good. This is definitely more of a universal shade. This is, yeah. Okay. Let's put the earrings on. And then we'll put the dress on. And then, yeah, it looks good. So I'm glad I went with this. It's kind of a, say, a burnt sienna, kind of a rust color. And it's already drying down, so. Okay, so I'm gonna go change the dress and then I'll be back. So, this is the dress. I'm wearing Timberland boots that I've had forever, since I was a kid. I'm out of breath because tying them, putting them on. But yeah, they still fit. Seemingly, hopefully they won't hurt. Because I need another pedicure. The toenail polish is fine. The other part, whew, you know. So yeah, with that, I am off to this mixer.